Hey everybody, welcome back. So today, if you think I sound like an absolute idiot, two things. One, I'm still very sick, and two, I am an idiot, so checkmate, you got me. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the next Batman game. I know it's been pointed out before that it may or may not be an Arkham game that WB Games Montreal is making. I personally think it is because they have the same voice actor, Roger Craig Smith, that they had for the last Arkham game they worked on. And despite a lot of the public hatred towards Batman Arkham Origins, there's a lot of people like myself who did enjoy it. Some people who it's actually their favorite game in the franchise, that's not me. And a lot of people who still want to know what happened between Origins, or Origins Blackgate, and Asylum. So I think there is a demand for a game in there. But what I wanted to talk about today is whether or not this is an Arkham game is a little bit irrelevant. WB Games Montreal needs to be really careful of one critical thing, and that's the Joker. Now, the Joker is arguably the best Batman villain of all time. He might not be your favorite, I completely understand that. There's quite a bit of oversaturation of the Joker in today's market, especially since The Dark Knight hit theaters way back. But he is arguably the best written, and if not the best, one of the best written comic book villains of all time, let alone Batman lore. So there's always been a demand to include him in pretty much every Batman product you can jam him into. This has been good for certain things. It's led to quality stories in some areas, like Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, and in other areas it's really felt like a shoehorned addition. Now, I want to clarify here that this is going to contain spoilers for every Batman Arkham game, so if you haven't played these games and you want to experience them for yourself, you probably should skedaddle. If you have played them and just want to hear what I have to say, by all means stick around or come back after you've played them. Now, Arkham Asylum is a story that really focuses around the Joker. It was pitched this way, we always knew it was going to be this way from the opening cutscene. There's really nothing dubious or hidden about it, and it played out really well. It's a really fun story that plays Batman off of Joker, brings in the rest of the Rogues Gallery, and kind of, you're going through this claustrophobic space trying to get to the Joker. He is the end goal. Arkham City is a little bit different. It opens the whole map up. They start bringing in more and more villains for you to face off against. Riddler plays a more prominent role. Two-Face is actually in the game. The Penguin's there. You have a lot of people here finally in Arkham City, and you get to see all of them. But when it comes down to it at the very end of the game, it's not actually Hugo Strange that's the main villain. Obviously, it's revealed that Hugo Strange is working for Ra's al Ghul. But after that, again, the end goal comes back to Joker. This is the second time through. And the Rocksteady trilogy really focuses on Joker, and that's fine. Because the relationship between Batman and Joker is one of the most profound and interesting things about these two characters. However, once we get to WB Games Montreal's Arkham Origins, things change a little bit. This is not a part of the mainline trilogy, it is a prequel to them. While Sefton Hill and others have confirmed that this is canon, so whether you like it or not, it is, it's not part of the main trilogy. It's supposed to come way before and kind of give you a background. But the game was sold as all these assassins coming after Batman in one night, Christmassy game that involved all these assassins and, at the end of the day, Black Mask. He was the main villain, and people were super excited about this. It's great to see Black Mask and Deathstroke in such a prominent role, but who does it come back to at the end of the day? After all of this, comes back to the Joker. The Joker is revealed to be pretty much behind everything, and the relationship between Batman and Joker is established in this game, and you know what? It was done really well. I don't really think you can argue that the relationship establishment between the two, with Batman saving Joker, and this kind of kick-starting the obsession with Batman for Joker, was done poorly. The problem is that it makes everyone else take a back seat. So Bane, who is absolutely fantastic in this game, ends up almost not really being remembered in your head because you think about the Joker. The Joker who really is behind everything and becomes the main villain of the game. And finally, there's Night. Night is this game where it's, again, a little deceitful. And that's what I don't like about Knight in Origins, is they're deceitful in their marketing. Now, it was done for good reason to try to hide things from the public so they weren't just guessable. But they pitch the whole time that the Knight is this new original character, and even at one point go so far to say, it's not Jason Todd. Who does it turn out to be? Jason Todd. And who's behind Jason Todd becoming the Arkham Knight? Again, it's the Joker. The Joker created the main villain of Arkham Knight. And while Jonathan Crane, the Scarecrow, plays a huge role in the game, at the end of the day, the final confrontation, really, it's with Joker. Joker inside Batman's head, and in my opinion, the best Joker was done since Asylum. I think he was done probably best in Asylum, then Knight, then City, then Origins. Again, unpopular opinion, but he's really not in City that much. But no matter how well he's done, it's another shoehorning in of the Joker. And again, I absolutely love the Joker. I think he's a fantastic villain. I think he is probably one of the best villains written in fiction, let alone comic books. But he can't be shoehorned into everything, because it's made a lot of people really sick of the Joker, and it's made it harder and harder to come across with a unique portrayal of the Joker, especially one that's connected to a franchise. So I think WB Games Montreal needs to be really careful about this, especially because they supposedly were consulting Scott Snyder, the writer of the original Court of Owls and City of Owls storyline. Now, this was kind of confirmed / not confirmed in a tweet by Scott Snyder, where he mentioned the Court of Owls right around the time of the announcement, I say in quotations, of the new Batman game, the tease from WB Games Montreal. But we don't actually know if he's on board or not. But it is worth pointing out that in his original Court of Owls storyline, the Joker does not really matter. He's mentioned a couple times. He shows up as an EMP mask worn by Dick Grayson to go undercover, and I believe they reference him cutting off his own face at some point in the whole story, like once. But really, he doesn't matter in this storyline. He's kind of off doing his own thing and comes back in Death of the Family. If you haven't read these by Scott Snyder, by the way, they're amazing books, highly recommend. But the point of this is, Joker should not play a role in this game. And if he's even in the game, it should be in the background. Joker should be something like a side story, some relegated to a place like Two-Face in Arkham City. He should not be coming in and taking the spotlight. And I know what you're thinking, that doesn't really fit with the Joker character. He is a spotlight guy. He is, but we can't have him in everything. We can't have every game be Batman and the Joker, because we need variety, and Batman has probably the best rogues gallery in comics, and Joker is the center of that. He is the cornerstone, but he's not the only one. And WB Games Montreal definitely needs to remember that, because as much as we all love Rocksteady, I think it's something Rocksteady kind of forgot, and WB Games Montreal sort of parroted them on, which I think was a problem in Origins, as well executed as I think it was. It turned a lot of people off to the game. Anyway, everyone, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think Joker should be in this game? Do you think he should play a central role? Do you think that he should be a side mission story, kind of like Two-Face? Or do you think he should just be mentioned and not show up? Let me know what you're thinking in the comments down below. I found them really interesting to read through for all of my Batman or Arkham videos. So let me know what you're thinking. Please like the video if you enjoyed this. Subscribe for more content. I'll definitely be covering this game a lot more. And I know these are my most popular videos, but I would really appreciate it if you check out some of the other content I've put out. Like recently, I actually dropped a video about buying the Batmobile in real life. So there's a lot of other stuff on this channel other than just Arkham, even though I know that's probably why you're here. So have fun, enjoy your stay, and I really appreciate you, even though I haven't said it in a while. You guys are why I keep making content, and you're all awesome, and I appreciate every one of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great and awesome day.